Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. We are going to have another episode of Adventures in Handwriting with the Foil Quill pen. I am Stephanie. I go by StampJG here on YouTube and at my blog at stampjg.com. And I have done several videos using the We Are Memory Keepers foil quill pen, and today we're going to use it with stencils. This is not my idea. I got it from theMusicalScrapper. So thank you very much for your great idea, and also to Audre Gaer or Greer. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your last name. We had a mini discussion about using stencils with the heat pen. The We Are Memory Keepers foil quill pen that I am using today is the broad tip pen. It is the largest of the three. And I am using the D collar or D adapter on it because it provides a little bit of buffer to my fingers with the heat. It's still a little warm. I've had my foil quill pen here heating up with a cell phone adapter for at least 5 minutes. And we're going to see what happens when we try to use this with stencils. Now, as a heat tool, you want to be careful if you try this at home. This is not how the tool was recommended or designed to be used, so I need to make that out there so nobody gets hurt. But I have a selection of stencils, and first of all, what I want to find out is, will it damage the stencil before we go any further? The idea is that the pen would run along the edge of the design and possibly transfer foil, but we also don't want our stencils to be harmed or melt in the process. So my first idea is to test the stencil. I'm going to test it on, this is an older Heidi Swap stencil. It's plastic, and I'm just going to hold it along the edge here. I'm going to get pretty close to the camera, and then I'm going to just touch it to the edge and count to 5. Ready? 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. And as you can see, there is actually a little bit of a divot right here. So it will kind of melt it, but I'm holding it against it for 5 seconds. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. Okay, it will definitely damage your stencil if you hold it there, I'm going to say 6 or 7 seconds or more. There we go. You see those 2 little divots on the edge? Those were caused by the foil quill. So if you're moving your pen along, I don't think it'll damage your stencil as much. But let me take another stencil for the fun of it. Do a Tim Holtz stencil. So this stencil is a different type of plastic maybe. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold the tip against it and count to 5. Ready? 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. You know, there's really not a whole lot that went wrong here. A little bit. See if I can find it for the camera. Okay. I found it, but it's almost imperceptible. Okay, there you can see kind of right here. 5 seconds did very little damage. Let's see, 10 seconds. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. Yeah, it's minimal. Honestly, it's very, very, very hard to see. So you might want to test your stencil before you try this at home. One last one. Slightly different plastic. This is MFT stamps. This is large polka dots. Also plastic. And I'm going to take the edge, and I'm going to do a 5-second test and then a 10-second test. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. I meant to only do 5 seconds. Honestly, didn't really do anything. You know, it didn't really do anything to this. So I think the different type of plastic that you use might make a difference. So test your stencil lightly before you go ahead. But I'm not finding that this really does much damage except to, say, this style. And even then, I'm guessing if I moved along, I wouldn't have this, but it did leave divots in the side of this type of plastic. So let's see what happens when we actually foil something. Okay, so on the Wendy Vecchi Make Art board, which is metal, I've got a piece of cardstock. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 Nina Solar White. I've got a piece of pink foil by We Are Memory Keepers. And I've got it held down with 2 magnets that come with the Wendy Vecchi Make Art board. I've also got it held down here with the ruler that comes with the board, and that's magnetic. Finally, I put my stencil from MFT Stamps on top, and I'm going to hold it down with another magnet. The board also comes with a 4th magnet, and these are backed with like a foam, kind of like feels like fun foam. But I'm going to keep that one out of the way. So let's zoom back in and see what happens with the broad tip. Some of the testing with the broad tip shows that this does not fit into fine areas of a lot of different kinds of stencils. Okay, so when I put it down, I'm kind of feeling the edge because I can't see it. Which makes it a little weird. Because I keep going off. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see if I can get down to the edge. The other thing I realize is that when I'm trying to find the edge, I could be making some random marks. So once you put your pen tip down, this is where foil is going to transfer. So you kind of have to find it first, if you can. All right, let's see what we've got. Are you ready for the big reveal? Ta-da! Okay, so you can see that when you're trying to do a circle and you find the edge, it's a little hard. You're going to get a miscellaneous mark. And also it looks like it's a little uneven, and again, that's one of the issues when working with the foil pen as handwriting, is you get some unevenness in the transfer of the foil. Hold that down. Okay. Now, what I am doing is I am lowering myself to my head to the table level and trying to see where the pen tip is, because you can't see it from this level at all. It's totally blocked out. So it makes it a little challenging. And I'm kind of feeling my way and trying not to distort the stencil. This might be a good place to have a sprayed, a sticky back stencil. Okay, let's see what happens. I tried not to push it into the foil, but this stencil, as you can see, is a little uneven and bumpy anyhow, so maybe that wasn't a good test subject here. Let's see. It came out actually kind of cool. You can see where I had a hard time finding the edge over here. But it's pretty foil. Okay, what I've got going here, now that I've turned on the camera, is I have a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch white note card base. This is Nina Solar White, 80 pound. And I have started by ink blending over the background Distress Oxides and Picked Raspberry, Peacock Feathers, and now I'm working on the Distressed Oxide Twisted Citron. And the stencil here is MFT Stamps Large Polka Dot. Kind of look like candy dots, don't they? I like that. Okay, I've lined my stencil back up and I'm holding it down in one corner. Let me get a zoom out here. I'm holding it down in one corner and I'm going to put a magnet down. Now I'm going to slip some foil underneath the stencil because now I'm not going to be able to see where I am. And I could have used a bigger piece of foil, I guess. Okay. And maybe I won't do each and every one of them. So I've got my foil underneath my stencil and I've got it all held down with magnets. And now I'm using the We Are Memory Keepers foil quill pen in the broad point, and I'm going to just go over some of these. I've decided let's just do some of them with the heat pen to transfer some of the foil on some of the random polka dots. And in order for me to do this off camera, you can't see, but I am bending down so that I can see where I'm putting the pen, because from this angle I can't see the dot. I can't see the polka dot. I can't see the stencil at all. So I'm lowering myself to be able to see where my pen is going down at table level. Now I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put, let's see if I can use the same foil again. Kind of miss some of the dots here. Oops, I got to line up my stencil first. Because I'm trying to line it up with something underneath, I have to line it up first. Okay. Let me do a couple more. I am not sure how I did because you can't see. Okay, so it helps to go slow because you can see what happens when you don't. But let me zoom out. And now some of my candy dots have metallic shine to them. It doesn't work real well. I will be covering this up. Groteful. It's very hard to stencil. Okay, after sending the paper through the Cameo, I actually cut it through the foil, so I should have taken the foil off between sketching it and cutting, but I did not, so we will see what happens here. So let me finish my project. Well, here is the kind of random card design I came up with. We used the We Are Memory Keepers foil quill pen, both in handwriting through a stencil here, and as it was meant to be used in your digital die cut machine with the same pink foil. I used the broad tip pen in both instances, and I also, for reference, used a font called Kismet, is where I got this word grateful. I typed it out. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you had fun experimenting with using the We Are Memory Keepers foil quill pen and stencils. Please leave any comments or questions below in the comment section. I will get to as many of them as possible. And I do thank you so very much for liking and subscribing and commenting. I really am having fun, and I hope you are too. See you in the next video. Bye.